you're not fully activated, you're not fully activated, very exciting time. Yes, definitely recommend that. After your phase, I'm working internally short with that's the whole point of this. Like, supposed to see my foot, you're out there, be balanced any questions.
Yeah?
Look at the infestation with darts.
Oh!
Bigger. There's 1 million darts. Look at how many there are.
Oh, it's because of the rain. Where did they come from?
Geese. They're big ducks. They're freaking huge. Are you sure they're ducks?
Yeah. Wow.
It's been a, what do they call it?
An infestation, a
Well,
breakout.
that's what I said infestation, but like, you know when they move places?
An outbreak?
It's a migration. It's a migration.
Is this thing on? Hello and welcome back to another video here with me in beautiful Bali. If you are a returning listener, I love you so much. Thank you for being here. And if you are here for the first time, welcome to a very raw, real video. The reason why I wanted to make this was because recently I've realized that everything is a highlight reel on socials. I aim to be as authentic as I can. I think it's really difficult to sometimes show up, even in terms of like how I'm talking to you guys. We are multifaceted human beings and sometimes our energy is higher and some days it's lower. It's kind of empowering but also scary to just show up as you are. And what I was going to say before I went on a massive tangent was that in previous videos, like even in the intro, I'll be like, hey guys, blah, blah, blah. But like, that's not always who I am. I don't want people out there to compare themselves or their lives to this highlight reel that we so often see on social media. I'm just going to sit you on the stairs there so we can sit down together. But I do feel like, especially here on this platform, the community that I'm building here with you, being able to share more fully who I am. Get yourself a nice little drink and let's sit down and chat. I want to get to know you guys more, so share stuff in the comments. I want you to know me more and I want to share more about myself. Exciting times ahead. We've got a tentative 28 weeks now before my pro debut, if Fit Model is confirmed for the Pittsburgh Pro. I want this journey to be as much you guys on this as much as it is me. I want to take you along on the ride and I really want you to feel a part of it. So I want you to know me. I want you to know the ins and outs of what's been going on in my mind. Let's get a drinkies. I feel like a chai latte. This morning I woke up and honestly, I was so tired. Like, you know those days when you wake up and you feel like, did I even sleep? It's been kind of like that recently. Thank goodness we're in off season because I haven't been having actual coffee recently. I've been on like a caffeine detox. So I've been having decaf coffees and been off that for a while, but this week especially, I've noticed my energy and mood just kind of feeling like all over the place, to be honest. I just want to share some of the things that I've been struggling with recently and also how I'm working through them. One, because I want to share more about me. I want to be more real and more vulnerable and authentic. And I also want to show you guys that I'm a human. Maybe some of these things you're also struggling with. And if I'm sharing how I'm working through it, then maybe we can do that together. And I just hope that it can help people who might be comparing themselves to others online and going like, oh, I feel like I'm behind, or I feel like, you know, I'm not doing enough, or why is their life like this? When in reality, most of it is a highlight reel, and the things that make up most of my day and the people's days that you're comparing yourself to is actually very mundane and very normal. It includes picking up laundry. It includes washing dishes. It includes going to the toilet and showering and just like being a normal human. But yeah, energy recently has been something I've kind of been struggling with, but I have really noticed that journey of grief. You can hear about other people's experiences, but unless you're actually going through it, it's not something that anyone can ever prepare you for. And as grateful as I am to be living the life that I do feel like I now carry a heaviness just daily. And sometimes it's more heavy. Oh my gosh, am I gonna cry? It's more heavy than other times, but especially like throughout the start of this week, it's been tough. From what my therapist had said, the first 6 months is very different to the second 6 months. And that is true. Like, I do feel like when you experience a significant loss, whether that's a relationship or whether that's a death or whether that's a job or whether that's a situation or a home, it does feel different. And time doesn't necessarily heal it, but I do feel like you learn to carry it in a different way. And I feel like now my base level is kind of a little bit more level than what it was in that first 6 months. Grief showed me some incredibly ugly parts of myself. And in all honesty, I don't think that until I lost Cami, I had experienced like actual anger in my body, especially growing up in a very chaotic kind of household. I guess I was probably modeled that anger is not a safe emotion. And so whenever I would get annoyed or pissed off, and where it should cross the threshold into anger, I would just dip straight into sadness. We're getting real, aren't we? It's going to be interesting how popular this video is, because I do think that sometimes people like to see more of the highlight reel stuff, but if you're still watching, thank you. The way that I am navigating the grief is to allow things to come up and to be so compassionate to myself when they do, because my default had been to convince myself that I shouldn't be feeling it, because I'd be like, oh, I'm living in Bali and I have a beautiful partner and the sun is shining, or like undermine the grief and the experience of pain by saying like, oh, there are people dying, there are people 200 meters down the street who are living in poverty in this beautiful island of Bali, when I'm here as a visitor and I live in luxury compared to them. So yeah, I think it's give and take. It's about like allowing yourself to feel the things that you're feeling and move through the tough experiences that you're going through, while also still acknowledging where you are, but without making yourself feel bad about having that experience. The second struggle that I've been kind of working through has been figuring out like who I am. Weird to say out loud, because like we tie our identities to so many different things, and I do feel like since I became Australia's first IFBB Fit Model Pro, I have had like a weird loss of the identity of a previous version of me. I never saw myself as a bodybuilder. I just saw myself as someone who liked moving her body, but now I do feel like this new kind of shift into a different identity, which I'm so grateful and so excited about. But it also is like, what does that mean? Like, who am I? When certain things happen in life, like loss or like shifts in your identity or your beliefs about yourself or the world, then the way that you end up showing up for other people looks different too. And I'm navigating that, because for the longest time I would show up the best I could for everyone, and of course that's a good thing to do, but I've now gotten to a point in my life where I'm like, my peace and my mental and emotional well-being is actually more important than showing up for other people unconditionally, which is a big thing for me. It's funny because I used to do mindset coaching and I would coach people through all this stuff, but when you're experiencing it yourself, sometimes it's like, the way that I'm working through that is to just remind myself that life is an experience and we don't have to know all the answers. Early adulthood and 20s in particular is such a challenging time, because we're figuring out who we are, we're figuring out our place in the world, and people that we grew up with in different stages. Some people are settling down and having kids, some people are having babies, some people are getting engaged, some people are not in relationships, some people are making millions, some people are living at home with their parents. And it's so easy when we are just sharing the highlight reels to compare and be like, oh, I feel like I'm behind, or I feel like this person is more certain of themselves. And I am, at least from my experience, here to tell you that 9 times out of 10, actually no, 10 times out of 10, every single person who I thought had everything figured out actually is just like me and just like you, and is figuring it out as they go. Content on a superficial level has been something that I've actually been struggling with, because at the moment After losing Cami, I realized that mindset coaching at this stage in my life is not something that I can continue doing. One, because continuing to do coaching while I was grieving in the very early stages of grief, I'm glad I was still able to help people through their own journeys, but it really highlighted to me work that I need to do that I can't do unless I'm filling my own cup and unless I'm nourishing myself. So at the moment, full-time job has now turned to just trying to build my social media, trying to build my platform, so when it comes to pro shows, I can get some financial backing, I can get some sponsors and brands that I really align with as well. Like, I don't want to just work with brands just, for the sake of money or for the sake of financial backing. I want to really believe in their vision and the things that they're doing, and I also want to bring value to them. The only way to do that is to just continue building socials, and it is hard. I barely know anything about social media strategy, YouTube even. Like, it was more my partner who was like, I can help you, like, we got this. And I'm so grateful for him. Without him backing me and supporting me, not just emotionally, but like financially as well, while I'm working this out, there's no way I'd be able to do this. So I think my drinkie's almost here. Can I tell you what I got? I got an iced decaf walnut spice latte, and I'm really excited to try it. I've never tried it before. It is also Halloween as I'm filming this. It's the 31st, which is also crazy because we're about to head into November. It's almost about to be a fresh new month. Let's just make sure. Yummy. I'm very excited for this. How do they do walnut spice and no sugar? I don't know. Let's test this. Oh, got a bit excited there. Oh my gosh, yum. I don't know where I was at, aside from saying that content has been a struggle, even just like thinking up ideas here that I feel like will go well, that you guys want to see. It is something that I really enjoy, and it's definitely, this kind of pressure is a privilege. The way that I'm navigating that is literally just throwing spaghetti at a wall and creating things that I enjoy creating and things that I think will help other people, things that from a place of love, help someone learn something. That's kind of what I've been doing. But when it comes to this kind of content, it does feel different because, like I said, I want to share this stuff with you guys, and I want you to know more about me as a person, because that's the only way that we're really going to connect. And I know that sitting down here and chatting with a coffee that I probably shouldn't have drank because it had real milk in it rather than almond milk, maybe not as exciting as seeing like bang, 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 like stimulation, stimulation, stimulation. But I really want to connect, and I want to share with you the real, authentic me, as much as gym version of me and as much as every other version of me. We love to categorize and kind of like make sense of things and box things in and put neat little labels on things, but sometimes life is just not that simple, and that's what I'm learning through this season of my life. I'm not behind as much as you are not behind. I don't have everything figured out as much as the next person, as much as you sitting here watching this doesn't have things figured out. And we shouldn't be putting so much pressure on ourselves, because when we come from a place of pressure, we lose the true essence of what life is meant for. And goals and endeavors, purpose aside, which are all really important things in my opinion for living a good life. But I think that life is truly just meant for us to enjoy and experience as much as we can, and sometimes that stuff is not always pleasant, and that's okay. We don't have to run away from it. I also feel kind of nervous about going back to Australia, because next month that is what's going to be happening. Maybe I should do a vlog to take you guys along with me. I'll be staying with my grandmama, and I think that'll be interesting going back, especially over Christmas, that is meant to be joyful. And I know that Christmas is often not joyful for a lot of people. This year is going to be a challenge as the first one without Cami, but I want to document it regardless and take you along on the full journey, because I do feel really pulled to continue doing bodybuilding for a very long time. I really want to leave my mark in this sport. That's my main goal at the moment. That's my main kind of endeavor and what I feel a lot of purpose behind, especially given that I'd lost Cami at that time. I feel like it's something that she would have wanted me to do. And now I have that added extra purpose, and it's to carry not just myself through my prep, but also carry elements of what my sister was. And she was amazing. She struggled a lot, which is ultimately like what led her to leave. But she was so kind and the most feisty, but I don't know how it's possible to be like so feisty but so compassionate as well. She always knew what to say. She always knew what you needed to hear, even if it was very direct. She had such a beautiful way of saying things. Kind of like smoothed out the harsh edges, but sometimes she was extremely harsh. It was only when you needed to hear it, but she was also so encouraging. And she was a great friend to people and a really good sister, even though she scared me sometimes. I don't know if I should even put this in, but because I feel like it's almost oversharing. Just want to continue on with a lot of purpose. I want to encourage you as well, the person who's listening and sitting here and watching me cry. I want to encourage you, and I want you to know that you aren't behind, and that anything that you want to do, you can do. You don't have to ask for permission. You don't need to seek approval from people. It's encouraging you to live authentically as well. If you feel like showing up high energy and excited, because that's how you feel, show up that way. But if you're feeling a little flat, you don't have to perform. The people who matter are not going to care if you're not bringing your best. And that's what I'm also learning. So I feel like this video has been very all over the place and like roundabout, but I hope that showing this authentic, real side of me is helpful, and I hope that next week I can bring some high energy for you too. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I normally sign off with, if you can do something to make someone else smile today, then you have done your little piece of impact in making the world a better place. But today I want to say, if you can do something to make yourself smile, make yourself feel safe, happy, and comfortable in the world, then that also contributes to making the world a better place too. When we are authentic and real and our best selves, and when we're nourishing ourselves, that's when we can put more good into the world. So I encourage you to do that today. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.